let's talk resumes. When you're just starting out as a freelance musician, you're going to encounter eventually that you need to have a resume, probably most likely to apply for an orchestra job, but it could be for a private teaching job or to be considered to play a show, or just maybe a principal flute player that you want to play for wants to see your resume. Could be various things. So your musician's resume, though, is very different from a regular job resume. In a musician's resume, you're not describing yourself, you don't say anything about a mission statement, there's not paragraphs about things. So it's just a little different. So let's go over the essentials to create your first musician's resume. The main thing, the most important thing, is that it's only one page. It's just a one-page resume. And so you have to be able to fit everything on there. And it should be very straightforward, to the point, no weird fonts, no fancy formats, or of course no clip art or any kind of decorations. Because it's only one page, I think 3 general categories to list down on your resume is good. Here's what my resume looks like just for reference. It's of course not going to be, you don't have to do these exact 3 categories that I have, but I have found that these are probably the most used categories. So at the very top, I have of course, my name, address, in case you want to send me a Christmas card, and my contact information. And then after that starts my 3 categories. So education, you can easily put that down, where you went to school. And the main thing also that will run throughout the whole page is make sure that however you list things with the thing you've accomplished, the dates, maybe the location, that it always stays the same. So for instance, I have Master of Music degree, the date, the place, and then the next one, Bachelor of Music degree, the date, the place, the university. So it should stay the same. And same thing with my performance. I have the name of the orchestra, for example, my position, the dates. So that should stay the same all the way down. So consistency is a very good thing. Okay, and then the bulk of your resume should and eventually will be performance, if you're of course going for an orchestra job or performance-based job. So you'll list down your performance experience, most recent to the oldest going down. And one thing about that though, of course I've been a freelancer, I've played thousands of random odd gigs, but you can't put those on there. It needs to be an orchestra name or the name of a show or some kind of name of an organization. That's just the way it is. So over time you'll accumulate that. And then I would always list teaching. For one, it would be easy. You can just put, if you don't have any teaching experience, you can just get one started. Put the name of your teaching as just your name, private flute studio. So you just create a teaching studio for yourself and you're done. So those are the 3 main categories, I think. Education, where you went to school, and then the bulk is performance, all your relevant gigs that you've had or have. And then under that, education, or not education, teaching, where you've taught. You can list your private studio, anything that would fall under there. Those are 3 great categories. You can create your own depending on what you want to put there, but I think those 3 are good examples. If you're just starting out, you just graduated college, or you're making your resume and you're in college still, and you don't have anything, you feel you don't have anything to put on your resume, but you need a resume, what I would suggest to add in there, you might have to alter your categories, but you can list who your private teachers are or were. If you've had a master class, especially if it was anyone very well known like Emmanuel Poud or somebody like that, you can say master class with. You can list notable musical achievements you've had in high school if they were a big deal, like if you were the principal flute at your youth symphony, or if you were in the all-state orchestra, or if you won some kind of competition during high school. Those are all good things to put in your resume when you're just starting out. And then over time, when you get professional orchestra jobs or other kinds of jobs, you can eventually take out things from high school over time. And that'll just naturally happen because you have to keep it on all the information on one page. So you only have so much information that you can put on there. So over time, you just start taking out the high school stuff and replacing it with professional jobs. And as a side note, if you're applying for a teaching job, like private teacher at a music school or something like that, you can just swap out the teaching section of your resume, if it's at the bottom like mine is, and just put it in the middle, and then, you know, try to create something in there, and then put the performance stuff at the bottom. I've done that plenty of times. So if I'm applying for something where it's teaching based, I'll put the teaching information in the middle. Lastly, just make sure you proofread, and I would even send it to somebody else, fresh eyes, to look through it. Make sure you've spelled orchestra right every single time. And also most resumes are, you know, you're sending something online. So I would send the document or the link that you've created, send it to yourself, open it up, and make sure the format is exactly what you were intending it to be. It can be possible if you're doing a Google Doc or just on Word or something and you didn't realize the paragraphs were offset, or I don't know, just any little thing can happen. So just send your final document to yourself and then click on it, open it up, and see what it actually looks like. Okay, so overall, just 3 basic categories, or whatever easily fits on one page. Neat, tidy, straightforward, and readable. Creating your resume is one of many things that you'll be doing early on as you start your freelance career. And if you want to know more about, more advice about other things on how to get started having a freelance career, you can check out this video below that I created about the path I took to become a freelancer. This channel is all things freelancing, so please hit subscribe, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you at the next video.